You know, ladies and gentlemen, we go through life as entertainment reporters trying to decide what's true about TV and movie history and what's fake. And you can't fake this. When Oliver Stone got his start as a director, writer, and editor, he filmed a movie in Canada with a key Canadian actor of his era, but that actor was mostly known for playing Barnabas Collins on Dark Shadows, Jonathan Frid. But this was filmed, no lie, in a Val-de-Marne, Quebec, mostly, which translates, if you read it to English phonetics, Valley of the Morons, M-O-R-I-N-S. So today we're going to be talking about the crazy movie Seizure that included a teen idol, a very famous smaller actor who ended up on Fantasy Island, and the main character that they named the movie after in re-release, Martin Beswick, the Queen of Evil. Now, again, Seizure, filmed mostly in Quebec, is the directorial debut of Oliver Stone, who also co-wrote the screenplay and, of course, did most of the editing. Now, horror writer Edmund Blackstone in this movie, played by Frid, sees his recurring nightmare come to a chilling life one weekend as, one by one, his friends or family are killed by three villains. The Queen of Evil, played by Martin Beswick, a dwarf named Spider, no confusion with the Coronation Street Spider, Hervé Villechaize of all people, and a giant scar-faced strongman called Jackal, played by Henry Judd Baker. Now, Frid plays again Blackstone, Beswick as Queen of Evil, Joseph Sorolla as Charlie, Villechaize as Spider, Christina Pickles in her film debut, you know her from Legends of the Fall and St. Elsewhere as Nicole Blackstone, Troy Donahue, the teen idol, as Mark Frost, Mary Warnoff as Mickey Hughes, Richard Cox as Gerald, Henry Judd Baker as Jackal, and Alexis Kirk as Addis. Now, Seizure, again, was the directorial debut of Oliver Stone, who was publicly disowned the movie. He did Salvador, I think he did The Hand in this movie, and he said, you know, this is not in my, I want to disown it. He also co-wrote the screenplay, of course. Now, star Mary Warnoff would later claim that one of the film's producers was gangster Michael Tevis, who partially bankrolled the film in an attempt to launder money as he was in investigation by the FBI. Now, there's various stories out there saying that the film itself had to be smuggled out of Canada to escape whatever people that were chasing him. I have no confirmation of that. But the movie itself, I've seen it once, never again. This is not only B-level horror, this is terrible. And you would think anything Jonathan Frid was involved with would have that good horror element, and the only good part of the movie is when he shows up in his scenes, he kind of legitimizes the scenes, but it doesn't last very long. Now, the film had a very limited release theatrically in the United States by Cinerama Releasing Corporation, playing on New York's 42nd Street in 1974. Now, it was filmed in late October, late fall in Quebec, which is quite cold, and I guess Troy Donahue got pneumonia by jumping into a lake in the cold weather. Now, the film was eventually released on VHS by various video companies in the 1980s, including Prism Entertainment. Prism. A transfer to DVD and Blu-ray was released on September 9, 2014 by Scorpion Releasing. Now get this. Production companies include Astral Bellevue Pathé, City Films Incorporated, Cinerama Productions Corporation, Euro-American Pictures, Intercontinental Leisure, Industries Limited, and Queen of Evil Limited. Now, I'm not really sure if this was a Canadian tax break funding movie, but I've yet to see any big movie around. Because Cinerama and Corporation and American International Pictures did the release. The release was officially again on November 6, 1974, and technically it's considered one of the first Canadian horror movies. Now, the budget of this was kind of big for a Canadian movie, $250,000, runs 98 minutes. Now, according to IMDb, in a 2007 interview with Maitland McDonough, actress Martin Beswick related that Seizure was filmed within the lakeside house in Quebec, which also served as housing for the cast and crew to save on hotel costs, as well to intensify the feeling of claustrophobia sought by director Oliver Stone. The house's plumbing noise would frequently ruin takes, so no one was allowed to use sinks, showers, or toilets during shooting. It was a little hairy, to say the least. Everybody was a little crazed. I mean, the moods, the things that happened, and the drinking. Everybody took to drinking. We had gallons of wine. It is Quebec. I started making sangria. I became truly the queen, I really did. I took over. The crew would eat stuff and leave dirty plates all around everywhere. I'm going, this cannot work, so I started leaving notes everywhere. If you do not clean that, I will kill you. Well, you got to have a good set. Now, crew members allegedly painted the leaves in a tree's garden in order to maintain some continuity because the movie was shot in the fall. Now, again, Donahue got hypothermia after jumping in the cold lake in one of his scenes, and it was also freezing cold on the night that Mary Warnoff's chase scene was filmed. Not giving away the movie here. Now, because it was the feature film debut of Oliver Stone, and when Scorpion was releasing Seizure for the first time in HD on Blu-ray in September 2014, Stone wrote a comment on his Facebook page stating, "Could be a quick release, I have no idea. The film was my first brutal experience of filmmaking, call it the baptism of by fire. It was as adventurous in its French-Canadian production as Salvador, 13 years later in Mexico." Now, again, Oliver Stone disowned the film alongside The Hand and considers Salvador the first film he's directed that he feels full creative ownership over. Now, Oliver Stone obviously went on to better things in his career. But ladies and gentlemen, I know for the fact that Hollywood Suite in Canada has shown the movie in the past, so that's probably your best bet if you're an American. Maybe late night, like a Fangoria kind of tribute channel. But you can probably find it someplace. I would suspect if anybody can tell me if it showed up on Tubi or other free streaming services, let me know. Because there's movement afoot like to get Jonathan Frid in the Canadian Walk of Fame, which I think is more than welcome to get him there. But this role, maybe it turned him off to horror movies ever from then on, because I don't remember him doing much supernatural stuff after, other than participating in documentaries that celebrated Dark Shadows. And like I said, it could have been a good concept, but like I said, in the mid-1970s, a lot of strange stuff going on. So ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here, we're a vintage horror podcast, and this was a request from our buddy of the channel, John Walco, but this is for John. Like John, if you're interested in the horror genre, if you want me to take a look at a favorite movie from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, which is what we mostly do here, let us know with a request or a comment. And if you can find Seizure, like I said, I don't even think it can be considered camp, because Herbie Village as a evil, smaller person named Spider. Pretty freaky. But I know it did play the drive-ins in New Brunswick. I know that for a fact, because it was considered a Quebecois movie, and there was a Quebecois dub of the film. Thanks for listening, and don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, or share. Have a good one. Bye.